Hey, what's up YouTube? So I want to talk to you about the mindset that got me to lose over £210. I also want to talk to you about the one question that I started to ask myself, which actually dictated whether or not I succeeded. So if you don't already know me, my name is Nicholas Garrett. In 2020, I weighed 400 pounds at the age of 15. The thought of losing weight was like the thought of winning the lottery to me. I always use that comparison because it's so true. I personally don't buy lottery tickets because I don't really believe that I'm going to win the lottery. The odds are so low, right, that I'm just not going to waste my money. That's how I thought about weight loss my entire life. Sure, I tried here and there, but I never really gave it my all because I didn't believe it was possible. I had always been fat. Quite a lot of my family members were fat. I just believed that's the way, the way my metabolism worked. It was the way my genetics were, and it was just the way that I was supposed to be. I know it sounds silly, but I was a kid, and that's the way that I thought. But there was one thing that I realized which made me try anyway. It was this one mindset. I realized that I was going to suffer either way. There was going to be so much pain in my life either way. Whether I decided to try and lose weight, start exercising, dieting, eating healthy, eating less, feeling hunger pains, feeling tired, suffering every day, right? I realized that I would also be suffering, on the other hand, if I decided not to do that. If I decided to keep playing Fortnite, keep playing Minecraft, spend all day in bed, keep eating Ben and Jerry's, keep eating Chinese takeaways, keep doing whatever I wanted to do, pulling all-nighters, playing video games, drinking alcohol. Man, the amount of alcohol that I used to drink, it's unbelievable because it made me feel good. And while all those things made me feel good, they would all lead to suffering too, just not straight away. You see, if I continue doing all of those things, I would continue to get fatter. My life would be going nowhere. I'd be extremely lonely, which I already was, but it was only going to get worse because I was going to get older. I can't rely on my family my entire life. Eventually, I'm going to have to live on my own. And I'm never going to get a girlfriend, never mind a wife and kids when I'm older, if I'm weighing over 400 pounds. I mean, maybe, but that just wouldn't even be fair on my partner. It wouldn't be fair on my kids to have a dad that fat, right? I was looking at my future and I realized that my future was going to be terrible. I was going to suffer so much, even if those things were making me feel good. Then I was also, even then, not even the future, but then feeling bad because even though I was eating that junk food, I felt guilty. Even though I was playing those video games, in the back of my head, I was thinking, man, I really should be trying to lose weight. I probably should go on a walk right now. I was always thinking those things in the back of my head, so I could never really enjoy those things anyway. So I realized that either way, there was going to be pain. So I decided, well, fuck it, right? I might as well suffer now, so at least then I'll get a better future. Because I'm already suffering, and if I continue this way, I'm going to continue to suffer even more. At least this way, if I'm suffering, things will actually get better. And of course in the back of my head, it was like, yeah, but will they? I mean, what if I do all this exercise, all this dieting, and then it leads nowhere? Well, it's like, okay, then you're back at square one, you're still suffering. So you might as well try. And that's what I decided to do. And then there was one question that I started to ask myself, which helped me differentiate the types of decisions that I should make. It helped me differentiate whether or not I should make the bad decisions or make the good decisions. It was how I decided, right? It was one simple question, and it is so simple, it's so obvious, but nowadays I feel like we're all so distracted and caught up in our phones and our video games and our TV shows and everything else that we don't really get a whole lot of time to think, right? So sometimes the obvious things don't appear in our head because we don't even get the quiet time to let those thoughts come. And it was just one question, okay? I'm not going to keep leading you on, I'll tell you now. The one question was, is it worth it? Sounds obvious, but tell me seriously, how many times do you actually ask yourself that each day? Because I never used to. I never used to ask myself, is it worth it when I went to do something? Just never. When I started to ask myself that on almost every decision that I made, it completely changed my life. Completely changed my life. Every time that I went to go in the fridge to get whatever junk food was in there, probably bacon and some Nutella from the cupboard, probably some white bread, gonna make a Nutella and bacon sandwich. And I asked myself, wait, but is it worth it? Because while it might feel good right now, where's it gonna lead? I started to think about my future. I say, oh yeah, it's going to lead to that future. The future where I'm fat, the future where I feel like shit, the future where I'm alone. And while this might just look like a bacon and Nutella sandwich, I'm not just choosing to eat this bacon and Nutella sandwich. I'm actually choosing this terrible future by eating that bacon and Nutella sandwich. Now, of course, one bacon and Nutella sandwich doesn't equal you having a terrible life, but continuing to do that over and over, and not just doing that, but then also making the other bad decisions over and over will lead to it. Whereas if I choose, okay, you know what, I'm not going to eat because I'm not actually hungry right now, I'm just bored, and also it's not healthy. I'm going to wait an hour and then I'm going to have the healthy meal that I planned to eat later. Then it's going to lead to this future where I've lost the weight, I feel amazing, I feel confident, I'm actually happy in my own skin, I actually feel like a person. You know, I can go to the store without thinking everybody's staring at me, judging me, thinking all these bad things about me, which they probably were. You know, maybe I can go outside without seeing everybody's eyes flicker over to me because I'm like this attraction, which I was. And I kept thinking about that amazing future that was going to happen if I kept making the good decision. So then every time I made any decision, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And then throughout the year, because I kept asking myself that, I kept making the right decision that was going to lead to the better future. And sure, I'd fuck up here and there. Here and there, I'd have, like, as example, you know, the bacon and Nutella sandwich or the Chinese takeaway, like here and there, I'd have my moments of weakness. But because I was asking myself, is it worth it? On almost every decision that I made, I was making the good decision more than I was making the bad decisions. And because of that, it compounded, you know, the compound effect where because I was making the good decision more than the bad decision, I was leading to the better future. Maybe a little bit slower than if I was only making the good decision, but the fact is I was getting to that future that I had imagined. And so I suppose my progress looked a bit like this, right? Good decision, bad decision, bad decision, good decision, good decision, good decision, good decision, bad decision, bad decision, good decision, good decision, good decision, good decision, bad decision, good decision, good. You know, and eventually I got to that future. As silly as I may sound, I hope you get my point. So just keep imagining that better life that's ahead of you and keep asking yourself, is it worth it? Every time you go to make a decision that you think might contribute to you leading yourself down that dark path to that worst future, or it might lead you to that better future, keep asking yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And if you do that, more times than not, you will choose the better decision and you will make progress and you will get to that better future. So hopefully this video helps you. You can apply it to pretty much anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be about weight loss. It could be muscle gains, it could be weight gain, it could be something to do with your business and wanting to make money, whatever it is. You could probably apply this to everything in your life. For example, I didn't really want to record this YouTube video, if I'm being honest with you. Right now, I'm only getting a couple hundred views here and there. It's not the most motivating thing in the world, right? I wasn't that motivated to make this video. But I know that if I continue to upload videos and I keep at it and I keep at it and I keep at it over the years, it's going to build. And it might be slow and sometimes I might not see progress and now and again I might slip up and be a bit inconsistent. But if I keep going like this, I'm going to get to that point where I have 1,000 subscribers, 10,000, 100, 1 million subscribers. It might seem impossible right now. It might seem like winning the lottery. But if I did it with the weight loss, why can't I do it with this? It's exactly the same for you. If I can do it, you can do it, no matter what your circumstances are. So, keep at it, whatever you're doing in life. You're going to smash it. I'll see you in the next one. Remember, like, subscribe, comment, all that bullshit.